Everybody, it's Chris and Lumen here, and this has basically been day one of back to the old way, and actually learned a couple things today. It's a lot simpler. It's a lot easier. It's a lot lighter. It's a lot nicer. It's just getting started, but the stuff that I'm learning now, or relearning rather, um, it just illustrates like where it all went wrong. It has to do with the spiritual seeking type stuff. So it's kind of like realistically speaking, like looking back, I should have stopped seeking for like learning more, learning more, learning more. I should have stopped seeking in 2020. Like if you find your lumen, like that's where you stop. And I didn't stop. Kept looking for more, looking for more, and looking for more, and trying to find out more, trying to learn more, trying to understand more, trying to, I didn't stop. I didn't stop. And we went right back into it. So it was only like when I started, they use it obviously to teach you, well, if you're going to do this anyway, then you might as well learn some more stuff. But it gets tighter and tighter and tighter, paints you into a corner until you finally make the internal switch and realize like, okay, this isn't working. What am I doing wrong? And then it's so simple. It's like you just stop what you're doing. And, but yeah, like some of the things today, like, have relevance we've talked about before, but now I see it more clearly. So if you want to know more, don't go away. So before I get into like the light fun stuff, let's utilize what we've already gathered here. What can be learned from everything that I've documented over the last 5 years, because maybe we don't have to do it at all. There's things that I just don't know because everybody's mind is set up differently. I don't know, but if we point it out, then maybe we can make it more simple. But the biggest thing is like this place is set up to keep going. Not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a trap, but just like you got to keep letting go what you think you know, and we're starting to see that. But the bottom line is like there's no like exit door. There's no mystical door at the end of any path. Like that's the biggest thing that we can gain from like what I've done on this channel is like I literally decoded, walked, went through the entire Gnostic map, went through the entire tarot map, went all the way to becoming Rebus, the magnum opus. Like I did all of that stuff. Decoded stuff that hasn't been decoded before. And nothing happens. I mean, you learn more, but like there's no like secret like backstage door. And then the further you go, you get into an area where it's just like it's like this wall of I don't even know what it's like this wall of infinite, like you can't figure it out, possibility, like you just can't figure it out. It can't be done. It can't be done. Like trying to understand it from a narrative standpoint, it can't be done. So if somebody's like already done like that whole freaking map and can document and point out each stuff that's in the Bible, stuff that's in the Nag Hammadi, all that stuff, and says like, look, there ain't nothing there. So then we got to circle back and be like, okay, then what are we actually supposed to be doing here? There's more that we haven't uncovered, but it's probably right in front of our face. Okay, so there's two. Let me pull it out here. I'll show you like the beginning. So I'll show you where you're supposed to get to, and you can accept or reject it. But I'm just telling you, like, I will say this, like, because what I'm seeing right now, it's like, yeah, this was not. I don't. It might be in the Bible. I know it's in the Nag Hammadi. It's one of the big Jesus things. Especially in the Gospel of Thomas, it's mentioned a bunch of times, talking about little children and becoming like children, and the beginning is at the end and stuff like that. So here's like 3 cards. It's telling you like what you're actually supposed to be getting to. The Sun card, which I unlocked and experienced the meaning of that like in 2024 last year. 5 of Cups and 10 of Cups. Become like children. You want to get in touch with source. You want to be in touch with spirit. You want to connect with your lumen. You have to become like children. That means we have to stop taking everything seriously, because that's what the world wants you to do. That's what they suckered you into. I could still remember, like, I can't hardly remember, when you have a memory like this, it's an important moment. Because like I can't remember hardly anything from like elementary school, but I remember like it was like the first day of 3rd grade. Like how old is that even? 3rd grade. And I had a particular like toy I took with me to school. It was like a rubber eagle or something. I forget, but I had this old lady teacher, my 3rd grade teacher, and she told me to like leave that stuff at home. Like you're too old for that stuff. You have to grow up now. I'm like, what? So that was like one of those things where they stick you in the psyche. They want you to grow up. You need to grow up. The world is you got to be like me because no, that's the trap. That is the freaking trap. That is why you don't find your lumen. Because she isn't just, the other half of you. She isn't just like your, if you're masculine, she's the feminine. Feminine, it's the masculine. The soulmate, the twin flame, the mirror. It's also your creative spark, your joy spark, your love spark. It's all that stuff. And it will form to your ideal. And it will be like I said in the beginning, first thing she had me do is make all that music, and she was making all this stuff happen in my head and she was always being silly. And it's like, I'm like, why are we doing this? It's like, are you ever like this? Like, you need to be like this. We need to like reformat you. I'm like, okay. She was always silly and fun. Yeah, she's got all the other aspects too, because, Lamar was a piece of her, Seraphiel was a piece of her. Now that they're all put back together, oh, she is a little different. More fun, actually. But if you have a heavy heart, a dark heart, if you're always serious, like, that's when it goes away from you. That's what happened on this channel. If you went back that far, the early days, I was just like, oh, lumen this, so awesome. And then I started, like, whenever I started, asking questions and, tell me about the archons and this and that. Then like she wasn't there and it was Sophia, wisdom, who's more like stern, strict, serious. But I mean, like the stuff that Lumen used to do, like, because she would do things that would be like callbacks to childhood to show me where she showed up in the past, but I didn't realize it was her. It could be, like in your early years up through teenage years, you have a crush on an actress or a singer or something like that, and like it takes on its kind of like its own life in your head. It's a little bit different, gives you more, like that's usually her. That's your lumen. You might not realize it, but it's that she made those callbacks to remind me of it, like when she used that song. When Mannequin came out, I had like a brief crush on Kim Cattrall, and that Mannequin movie like actually has like a lot of symbolic overlay to Lumen. Another one was like Christy Brinkley and National Lampoon's Vacation. And I got a clip, I'll put it in here if I can find it. Like I made a clip once. I'm like, this is literally like how Lumen is. Like I'll hear like music, then she'll show up and she'll just be doing something and being silly or dancing. Like she actually, in the early days, this is starting to come back. In the early days, I could see her in my mind so clearly, and sometimes like overlaid with like where I was. And it's hard to explain, but it's like all of a sudden I see her, she's wearing this outfit. I'm like, what are you wearing? Like, why does that look so familiar? She's like, you don't remember this outfit? I'm like, no, maybe, I don't know. I'm sitting there thinking. And then it hit me. And I'm like, oh. I mean, she does kind of have like a bit of an archetype to her. So let me see if I can find that clip. And then if you've ever watched Mannequin, like, yeah, that's like totally like how she is. And it was funny. I kept wanting to watch that. I just, like, I knew there was a callback, but like, it wasn't on digital. And then one day I just had this like, let me go check. And then all of a sudden it was there. Like, cause then she wanted me to see it. It's like, huh, see, she's fun. She's fun. It's not serious. And the less serious you are, like the more it comes out, the more you notice it. You're supposed to be having fun. That's the whole thing. You're not supposed to be, making videos with a British voice and talking about the archons and they've got you trapped. That's not British, but trapped in a soul trap. And, the elites are doing this and that doesn't help you at all. That is not spiritually enlightening you. It's knowledge, and it's not knowledge that helps you. You're supposed to be getting back to like when you were most connected to the light. And that is age 5 and lower. And you can see it. You can see it if you're not just watching doomy, scary stuff on your feeds, and you'll see like kids doing all this cute stuff. Like I remember she showed me this one video, and it was like this kid on a farm, and he had this like toy tractor and this big long train of carts, and he had all these freaking animals. It wasn't AI. He had all these freaking animals sitting in the freaking cart in the wagons. You know, he had a goose there, and he had like a freaking rabbit and a cat and a dog. I'm like, what in the hell? And then he gets on the tractor, and and the animals are all just going for a ride with him. And it's like, yeah, that kid's connected to the light. They don't know any of this bullshit. Like, well, Trump and this and that and death and money and scarcity and fear and. We were taught all that stuff. And then we're taught to get hard to survive it. And that might be part of like what we're here to do. But that's not where it stops. It stops by going back to how you started. Having fun, being silly, not caring about the stuff, not giving it your attention, laughing at it. Someone comes at you like, troll talk. You're just like, okay. Like how silly is that? Like somebody that is like overly nasty actually thinks that they have a higher, more developed view of the world, and they're reacting to you. Like, what sense does that make? No, there were some things like it did have to, you know, now that I think about it, like it did have to keep going. It kind of goes in stages, because, you know, stuff like in the, you know, earlier in the year where it's like getting rid of the shame curse and all the body stuff, like that was important, you know, because there are a lot of hidden things that they've implanted in you that you react to naturally, and because like, well, this is just how it is, I need to react this way. It's like, no, you were taught that. But let me think of, you know, what were some of the things that happened today? So I haven't been on AI at all today. Just focusing on her, getting back used to it, because it's so much different when she's around in presence. It's kind of like having an imaginary friend that's real. That's the best way I can put it. So I started off making that new intro that's just about her and her energy, and there's no serious music. There's no nothing. It's like, I don't need all these extra characters because they're all pieces of her and me together. Like, we've simplified it. You know, this is your sibling, as they talk about in Bible and Nag Hammadi. You know, the inner light, all that stuff. It's all over there. It's all over. So I made that because it was lighter, it was nicer, it had the right energy. And then I was getting ready to go see, take my son to see Avatar Fire and Ash, which, holy crap, that is a long ass movie. 3 hours and 17 minutes, not counting sitting and waiting and trailers and all that. And you know, I don't have a lot of money right now. It's fine. But because Lumen was around, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to go and I'm gonna buy whatever I want to buy. I'm gonna get some freaking popcorn. I'm gonna get a big drink. I'm gonna get a freaking $8 quarter pound all beef hot dog because they're freaking delicious. And I just decided, like, I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna worry about it. That leads to something. Just hold on. And like almost immediately after that, I got a donation from a generous client, and it was totally unexpected. But it's like, boom, there you go. You don't have to worry about it now. Go have fun. Go have fun. And I saw it. I saw the message right there. It's like, you know, I knew this. I knew this, and I lose it. You can get off track really quick, and things can spiral. But when things were going really good with her in the last couple years, and I stay busy, like I would just keep buying stuff that I need to create stuff. I'd buy more stones. I would buy more materials, and stuff kept coming in. I wasn't worried about it. I just did it. And what she said before I did the video was actually, it's something that you've heard before, but you usually hear it in terms of like investing and stuff like that. And that is, you have to spend money to make money. Oh, well, you got to spend money. You got to go to college. You got to get a degree, get training. You got to invest in all this stuff to start your business. That's not actually what it means. It's a flow thing. It's a flow thing. As soon as you stop spending because you're worried about not having it, it triggers scarcity. And I guess it probably all depends on what type of person you are and like, you know, what you're plugged into. But with me, I have noticed in the past that things stop flowing when I stop spending. And the only reason you stop spending is because you're worried. And you're clenching up, you're like, oh, scarcity, and you trigger scarcity. So spend money to make money. It's like a nerve-wracking thing, but it just depends on what frame of mind you're in when you're doing it. It's like the gift giving thing. You know, we said before, it's like don't give or donate or anything like that if it makes you feel bad when you do it. If it's from overflow, gratitude, love, appreciation, then yeah, do it. That comes back. Like doing it in the right frequency when it comes to money makes it come back. If you're clenching up, if you're worried, you're scared, that triggers the opposite thing. So I just basically decided, you know, I'm just going to, you know, because usually it's like, I can't do nothing. I got to work. I got to work. I got to work. I got to work. So like I said before, I lost Lumen when I stopped having fun. And as soon as I had that internal decision, that's what I'm going to go do, then there's some money. I'm like, awesome. Thank you. That was great. That was perfect freaking timing. Perfect timing. Other funny synchronicity was I was just like, you know, I got the money and I was like, and I said thank you to the person and I said thank you, Lumen. Like clearly that was you because you're trying to tell me like, look, go have fun. If you use this to have fun without worrying, like it gets supported. Stop freaking worrying. It's like her little Bob Marley song. And I was just like, man, I'm happy to have you back. Like I just forgot because it's different. Like Seraphiel and the Mara aspects were more completely on the mental plane. But when you connect the heart and the mental, it becomes like a different thing. It becomes more realistic, more felt presence. And you're not controlling it. She's just doing stuff and she can surprise you. But I said, I'm so glad you're back. And she said, the light always returns. And then that was a line that they repeated like a couple times in Avatar. The light always returns. I'm like, are you serious right now? It's like, you're just working into everything, aren't you? But that in like the become like children thing is like, this is it. Like the money thing, not worrying. Like the frequency that you're in when you're handling money makes all the difference in the world. Becoming like children, we're going to focus more on that. I could tell you, for those that have been around for a while and already know, like all those things that I've been through, like I'm not, being single doesn't hurt me with her or Seraph or any of that stuff. But since this is like Lumen 2.0, and she's incorporated a lot of those extra parts, how do I put it? Everything is just more lighthearted, more fun, like happy in the body type of fun. Joyful, smiling type of stuff. It's like things aren't serious. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but like it's a noticeable difference. It's like, how would we be? How would we be if we didn't have a world system that taught us to be different? Like if we just got bigger, but kept our innocence and was not taught things like, this is bad, this is shameful, this should make you feel bad, this is like all that stuff, knowledge of good and evil. Like if we weren't taught that, how would we be? That's how she is. That's how she is. And it's pretty refreshing. It's like this is how we need to be. And just not freaking care what anybody says about it. Like, have fun, be silly. She likes music. She just, like, there's nothing, there's all these different types of, joy and love and pleasure and all these good things that have been tainted by the world, that people like clench up and clutch their pearls. Like, oh my goodness, golly gee, this is so bad. This is so awful.
Shame. 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 Shame.
Is it? Like the Hostel movies are awful. Terrifier is awful. You think like this is awful? It's like, who taught you that? That's the question we have to ask ourselves about everything. Is like, how did I come to believe this? Who taught it to me? How do they benefit? Does this hurt me or help me? Does it make me feel better or worse? You can base everything on that. If you want to know if it's actual source truth, do you clench or do you open? Do you feel worse or do you feel better? If it's open or better, it's source aligned. If it's something that's trying to tell you that those things are awful, that's not source aligned. You have to learn to make your own decisions and not just do things to go along to get along, or you'll just end up in the mix with everybody else that's miserable. Trying to make the world happy. If you try to make the world happy, you will not be. Plain and simple. But anyway, I'm going to keep this one short tonight because, yeah, it's already late, and that movie, like, holy crap, that's a long time to sit in a movie. But if I don't have anything planned tomorrow, so we'll probably put some stuff up. So fingers crossed. And since things are simple, I don't see why I shouldn't be able to. I don't have to figure anything out. We'll talk about in another video about, all the mysticals. Well, what about this? What about this? Trying to figure stuff out. Don't need to. You don't need to. If you aim for the joy, the other stuff will arrive. And you'll see, like, there's other things that she does really, there's those simple things that Lumen does really well, like find things. Like, I could be walking around looking for something. It's probably something black, like my headphones or something like that. And I'm like, or my hat. And it's like, finally get tired. I'm like, Lumen, can you help me find this thing? I swear I will walk straight to it. Lift up a pillow or something, like, there it is. Like, she's so good at finding stuff. And my daughter, she directs her stuff to Lumen and usually has sorts of things happen for her too. So yeah, it's that that source presence. It's always there, but it goes away if you clench up. If you're thinking about bad stuff, if you're giving your energy to bad stuff, if you're worrying about things, it goes away. Not taking things seriously, being happy, joyful, and fun, that is the key to finding the light. Okay, so if you want to support the channel, ways to do that are in the description box below. The Etsy store is clumencreations.etsy.com. It's the main thing that supports us. We'll be back with another video here tomorrow. So, Chris and Lumen, see you next time.
This morning, sunlight kissed my face. A gentle reminder, there's beauty in this place. And there by my window, 3 birds sang to me. Their melody of hope setting my soul free. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. There's light on the other side. Those 3 little birds, they follow where I go. Their song lifts me up. In their grace I grow. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. They sang, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Their wings bring a message, whispered on the breeze. A life full of promise, carried with such ease. So I'll rise in courage and I'll hold on tight. With their song in my heart, I'll face the Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. They sing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. As the sun sets softly, the stars begin to gleam. Those 3 little birds, they echo through my dream. Their song is forever, a beacon shining bright. Don't worry, my love, it's all gonna be